Hey, I'm back here. I want to get started, and I think I left off around the kind of the end of my sophomore year uh, in regards to playing ball and in college and everything else like that. I do want to touch up on one little deal. I think I talked about getting married. I want to I'll roll it back a little bit and give you a little episode that we had. Uh, right before we got married is that, and this shows the insanity. I mean, this shows why in the world would she marry this guy that was kind of, you know, insane, insane, and looking at, at was what was going on. But anyway, what went down is that we had a bachelor's party for, getting married and everything. So a lot of my players from where I was playing came and was in the wedding and around, and then there's and then people that were graduated from in high school came and all that. So it was a lot of people there, and we were in I guess a club, or we had did a lot of drinking and everything, and we wound up in this pretty nice club, and we were, it was just whatever was going on, it was happening then. It was big time stuff that we were thought we were doing. So lo and behold, I get in there and we start, and I'm tanked up, and it's whatever's going on, I'm right in the middle of it, and all of a sudden, I was out there meeting a guy that I hadn't seen in a while, and going on like that, and I remember. This is what I remember. I don't remember a whole lot, but this is one thing that I do remember. When I stuck my hand out to shake his hand to meet, reacquaint and everything, talk to him, and I don't know what or where it even come from, but this guy hit me, and he hit me so hard, he knocked me square on my butt, and I scooted about 2 or 3 feet. I mean, it was massive. But I was sitting there, and I was just, I mean, I didn't really know what to do because it would come from nowhere. But I just kind of was hanging my head there. But actually, what it did, it was that it did knock me out. It did knock me crazy, but it knocked me sober, kind of, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I got up, and it looked like the Red Sea opening up when I got up. And this guy he was like, it looked like a mountain of a guy. So when I got up, where we were, they were dancing a little bit out, on the floor and everything. So it was on, they knew it was on. So they kind of partied a little bit. Well, I got up, I said, golly. So what I did is what I wanted to do is I had to get some kind of advantage. So I just got up and I started running as hard as I could at him. And anyway, uh, when that happened, he thought I was going to try to run and, I guess, put one of them LSU tackles on him, pop him on the ground, but I didn't. I jumped up in the air, and when I did, he was a big boy, I'm telling you. When I did, I hit him in the face about 2 or 3 times, and I could fight a little bit. But anyway, uh, then all of a sudden the bouncers, everybody came over there and started, breaking it up, all that kind of stuff. Well, I knew the bouncer, so he told me that if I would go around the corner there and go up to another little bar and whatever, and stay a while, get this guy out of here, and go from there. Well, went out. So anyway, I'm walking to the corner, and I meet another guy on the other corner, and all of a sudden, uh, I said, "Hey, I'm talking to him," and right there. Well, this big dude had come out of the dadgum bar, and he was coming. I guess he got up behind me. He hit me in the back of the head. Oh my God, he knocked the fire out of me. Well, it drove me forward, but this time it just made my whole life. I mean, when I got mad, I got blackout mad, man. I just lose it. Well, anyway, I did that next time. I hit him right in the in that chest with my forehead, and I throwed him on the ground, and I worked my way up. Before he hit the ground, I was on top of him, and I was rib caging him and doing everything else. By that time, the law all gets there, and here we go. So what I'm trying and illustrating right there is another trip to a trip to jail. Here we go. So they put me in jail and everything, and this is about I guess 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, you get one phone call, don't you? So you know who I call? I call my fiance that I'm fixing to get married to. I think the next day or two. I'm not sure, but anyway. I told her, I said, I believe we're going to have to call off the wedding because I'm in jail. I don't know what degree I'll be or how long it'll be or whatever. But all works out well for somebody that, shouldn't get what they get. They just get blessed, I guess, or lucky, however you want to call it. I know God was looking after me, even though I wasn't paying no attention to him at the time. But anyway, I was running up to all of that to give you a little awareness of how she was determined, I guess, to change the way I was and try to get me in a better, lifestyle and all that. But lo and behold, it just didn't work. But she I don't know if it was the stint of love or it was just both of us were affected by the disease of alcohol one way or the other. She being Al-Anon or such as that. I think she had gone with a person earlier in high school that had a lot of problems with that. So anyway, I just told you all of that because she still hung in there, got married, and the same old stuff never slacked up. It was on all the time. So little bit of backing up and getting that out. Just another drunk log that hell, it all winds up in stupid stuff, and you shake it off like nothing happened and go on down the road. So anyway, by the end of the season of being in a sophomore year, it was amazing. We had a great, overwhelming football season. We was a national champions. I think, I don't know exactly. I'm not going to say anything else, but I played. I got a lot of little, pats on the head and all that good stuff about being a pretty good ball player and going on through there. So by the end of the sophomore year, alcoholism and drug addiction has done risen, and playing, it was like, hey man, let's do the deal, and everything was in disarray, obviously in my life, but we just all looked over that. Anyway, I gotta go.